everyone. I know it's been a minute. I did not realize that it's been 7 months since my last update video here on YouTube. If you've been following me on my other platforms, then you've kind of been keeping up with what's going on, because I've kind of been updating along that way. But yeah, it's been 7 months. So needless to say, we got a lot to talk about. I kind of been pushing off doing this video for some weeks now. I knew this video, this time was coming up, and I was like, it's just so much that happened in this month a year ago that I was just like, I don't know if I want to go like making a video or whatever. But if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy. If you have not watched any of my previous videos about my journey, I would highly suggest to kind of go back and watch them to get kind of caught up. Today is August 27th. Tomorrow is August 28th. August 28th would be 1 year of me moving out of my apartment. My 1 year of finding out about my diagnosis was on August 4th. I thought about doing a video then, but it was just a whole lot. So I was just like, no. So I wanted to make sure I got this all out before August went away. So August 28th was my last day, my last official day in my apartment that I had. 8 days prior to that day, my significant other decided to move back to his hometown. No concern on breaking a lease. No concern on if I was going to be able to maintain the bills while doing chemotherapy, while going back and forth. Like, was I going to be able to still work? Like, no concern on how I was going to basically function in an apartment by myself with everything on my plate. So I had to move. I literally had just like a week and a half to kind of figure it out, because I knew a new month was coming up, and I'm like, I can't go into a new month with everything that's going on. So thankfully, gracefully, all praises to God, he made a way. I was able to move in with my only family member that I have in the city that I live in. Not only that, but he was able to allow me to get out of my lease with no penalty. My lease was not up for, what is it, August? For like almost another year. Like, we had literally just like renewed it. So yeah. So, needless to say, where are we at now? The last update that I gave you guys was right after my surgery, which was in December. And I do surgery because if you watch that video, then you understand why it really wasn't a surgery. It was more of a slice open, see something, can't do nothing, so close her back up type situation. So the last time I updated you guys, the mass was at about 10 centimeters. Mind you, August of last year it was at 15 centimeters. It is now down to 6.5 centimeters. So we are still making progress. I still have not had any increase of anything. I continuously get scans after every so many rounds of my chemotherapy. I think the last time I was telling you guys about the difficulty of my sew up, really staple up for real with my whole surgery that I had. Needless to say, my scar, the incision, it has healed completely. I still have some slight numbness on one side. It's not the prettiest. I was a fairly light person before all this happened. So to have a big black dark mark on my stomach is, I've kind of gotten used to it now. I still have some difficulties with the muscle tissue that's underneath. In one particular area, it still gets tight from time to time. So it can get a little pinchy. But since the last update, I have been taking off one chemotherapy, one chemo med. They did introduce a new chemo med in January, which basically just kind of pinpoints an area and it kind of prevents things from spreading. The downfall to that is that when I started that drug, it elevated my blood pressure. They ended up having to put me on blood pressure medicine. My body didn't like blood pressure medicine because I never had an issue with my blood pressure prior to this, nothing of that nature. So I took it upon myself to stop taking the blood pressure medicine back in May. Since then, my blood pressure has been normal, back to normal, and my body thanks me for it. So sometimes you just gotta listen to your body, and when it don't like something, you need to stop doing it or stop taking it, and that's what I did. I did inform my doctors about me not taking it, stop taking it, and then when they looked back at when I said I stopped taking it and looked at all my blood pressure marks from the day that I stopped taking it up until now, they noticed that everything was back to normal, so they don't have an issue with me not taking it anymore. If you know, sometime last year, before I started doing chemotherapy, before I even found out about this, I was anemic. I knew I was anemic. I had a couple iron infusions done, but I was still having like side effects like fatigueness, headaches, cravings for ice, things of that nature. I did get 6 rounds of iron and a blood transfusion all of last year, after I found out about my diagnosis, and I have not had to take iron medicine for probably the past 3.5 months now. My iron is steady at the 13 range, 15 being the highest of normal range. You don't want to go over 15, so that's why I don't take it, because I don't want to go over and give myself too much iron. So every time I go once a month, I get blood work every 2 weeks, so I'm able to monitor and see what my glucose, what my iron levels is. So I'm able to monitor it that way. But I have not needed any iron medicine for some months now. Super grateful for that. As of June 1st, I have officially started back on my weight loss journey. If you knew me prior to all of this, then you would have known that 2022, I went on a mission to lose a specific amount of weight by my 35th birthday, which was last year. And I hit that mark. I was like 3 pounds off of my actual number that I wanted to hit, but I was perfectly fine. And then a week later, I had my birthday. And then a week later after that, I got diagnosed. So yeah, that's how that went. But since the last update, your girl is a whole new age. I am now 36. My birthday was last month, on the 28th of July. Super grateful that I was able to see another year. God has definitely had his hand on me. There's no doubt about it. If you go back and watch any of my other videos, you will clearly see that he has had his hand on me this entire time. So June 1st, I started back on my weight loss journey. I started doing a 90-day transformation. Not doing anything crazy. Well, if you kind of look at my workouts, you'll probably think I'm crazy. But for me, it wasn't crazy, because prior to this, I was working out 5 days a week. No problem. No issues. Sometimes 6 days a week with one rest day. And yes, I do still work out even on my chemo weeks, if my body allows me to. Sometimes my rounds will be a little iffy, and I'll just take that whole week off and then regain back on that following Monday. which is actually what I did this week. Because this round that I just completed this past Monday, well, Wednesday is when I got disconnected. It was a little bit a lot of fatigueness. Right now, my side effects, because I was taken off of that other drug, about 80% of my side effects have gone away, which is why I was able to get back to kind of my normal schedule with working out and things like that as of June 1st. I got taken off of that med in May. There was my doctor said we're going to take it off, mainly because that one gave me the numbness and the sensitivity to coldness, the lockjaw, the super fatigueness, super feel, nausea. Like, it gave me so much. And he did not want me to end up with permanent numbness in my toes, which is where I currently have it at right now. I did have it on my fingertips, but that has went completely away. So now I have just the numbness in my toes. Some days it's very, very mild. Some days it's very, very high. And also it was elevating my liver numbers. Basically, my liver wasn't liking it. My liver was like, we don't like this no more, so we need to stop. And mind you, that's where my mass is in my liver. So with my age, my health status prior to all of this, they thought it was best that that they take me off of it. So I was super excited about that. And since then, I've literally just been chugging along, you guys. Just protecting my mental more than anything. I feel like every time I turn right, turn left, look up, look down, cancer is around. Whether I'm watching a show, watching a commercial, scrolling on social media, like, it just always pops up. So when you have that constantly being thrown into your face, like, it can mess with your mental, like, literally. So I constantly work on protecting my mental every single day, every single morning, before I even start my day. I have to make sure that I conquer myself before I even try and come out here and conquer this world, because this world is crazy and it will literally can take you over the edge. So I make sure that I stay on top of that. I'm just grateful for me being able to be as strong as I have been. I always knew I was a strong individual. I kind of knew that early on in life, because I kind of had to endure a lot when growing up. So I knew I was strong. But this takes it to a whole nother, like, you can't tell me I can't do nothing, okay, at this point, because unless you go through this, like, the amount of things that chemo does to your body is, like, insane. Physically, especially being a woman, like, you gotta implement, like, our menstrual cycles. Like, it affects that. Like, it can make it go away, it can make it stay on for a month. Like, it's a lot to go through, okay? I'm just grateful, y'all. I really am. I'm proud of myself. I'm grateful. I'm ready for this to be over. I have my moments where I'm just like, I'm like, can we get to the finish line already? But I know everything is in God's timing, so I'm just trying to be obedient. Doctor say 6 rounds. Okay, cool. Let's do 6 more rounds. So that's where we're at right now. Earlier, probably about 3 months ago, I was doing just 4 rounds, and then we were getting scans. But one thing I did notice, that when I do like the 3 to 4 rounds and then I get a scan, it's not that much of a difference in my scans. Again, everything has still been a decrease. I've never had a no decrease, or like just the same number appears, or an increase of anything. And when I get scans of everything. They scan my pelvis, they scan my chest and my abdomen, and that includes all organs. There was a point in time where I was like, yo, can y'all just cut me back open and actually, like, take it out this time? The reason that they didn't take it out was because, so you have, like, your organs, and then you have, like, an overlay, right, that protects your organs. Well, on that overlay, they saw little itty bitty ones out, like little masses, and they biopsied that and it came back as cancerous. Now the thing about those is that they are not growing and they can't go completely away. They don't know if they're completely away until they cut you open because they're so freaking small. They do not come up on any type of test. No scan can detect them. Like, you only can see them physically with your eyes looking inside of that person's body. That's how small they are. And which is why they did not catch it before they decided to slice me open to take out the mass. But again, they can't go completely away. And the reason why they didn't take it out is because when they see those, they don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to increase? Will there be more? Will it spread? So taking out one mass in one area is not going to be significant enough because of these other little ones that could spread somewhere else. So when they see that, they just stop, they close the person back up, and they just have to go back on chemo, which was my case. But also in my case, nothing is spreading anywhere else. This thing is contained. It is reacting to the chemo. It is reacting to how I am doing on my end as far as like exercising, getting my fiber, probiotics, like detoxing, eating wise, water, like all of that plays into my recovery of this. Okay, now we're doing 6 rounds, 6 more rounds. I currently just completed 2 out of the 6. So I have 4 more to go. I have another scan to do in October, and we will see where we are at. The last 2 scans, the total circumference of it was still at 6.5, but other areas that they were measuring was also had decreased. So I need the overall circumference to shrink down some more so we can be a step closer, okay, to being done. The last conversation that I did have with my oncologist, there was talks about stopping chemo, but we didn't dive too far into it because I said the only way I'm stopping chemo is if there ain't no mass in my liver. If there's a mass in my liver, then we got to keep this chemo going. Otherwise, y'all gonna have to go in and get it and take it out, because I'm not just gonna be not doing chemo and just with liver mass. Like, that's cancerous. If it wasn't cancerous, then there are masses that people can live with and be perfectly fine. But if it's cancerous, I need y'all to get rid of it. So once I get the scan in October, I will definitely see where I am at, and then I can definitely update you guys again. I promise you it won't be another 7 months before I do another video. I promise you that. Outside of that, I have been doing very well. I had a few people hit me up in regards to if I was dating, and I'm like, I'm not dating. I'm not sure if I want to be in a relationship anymore, like another relationship. This last one was an eye-opener for me, and I honestly feel like it was, as I stated in my previous videos, this whole situation was for a reason. And it was to shed light on a lot of things and people. I've lost a lot of family, friends, people that were kind of in my circle that I no longer deal with anymore. And one thing about me, like, if we're in a relationship and we break up, I don't redate. I've never redated a person that I've dated before, ever. It's a one and done with me. I don't have time to do the back and forth thing. That's not really my style. So I don't know. I'm open to it, but I'm in such a season right now, y'all. It's like, unless you understand the journey that it took for me to get to where I'm at right now, and you understand it and understand how I'm like wired and how I'm thinking, how I process things, like, I just don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, you can't meet me in my season that I'm at now and not understand or appreciate the journey that it took for me to get to where I'm at right now. Okay, so yeah, so no, Joy's not dating. or anything like that. But I am open to it, but I can't say that I'm just like actively out there trying to date or anything like that. So much happened in the month of August. It's like insane. My birthday was amazing. So grateful for my family. They definitely surprised your girl this year. I got some pieces of jewelry that I absolutely adore. One of them was one that I have been wanting for years, and I finally got it. They surprised me with some So Def merch. If you know one thing about me, you know how much I love Jermaine Dupri and So Def, and that was just like mind-blowing to me. But even on top of that, I posted a video and that thing took off. Okay, over almost 50,000 views on it. And he actually posted it to his page. It's still there to this day. Mr. Jermaine Dupri himself. So that was insane. Like insane. Like I've been on his page before, but that one was just kind of, because the message that he put to it, the mention was like, it was just a lot. Okay. And it really set a tone for my birthday. And it's like, I don't even know how I can even top this birthday. Like, it was that freaking bomb. And then on top of that, your girl is going to meet him and see him in person in October. Bruh. I'm not even about to get into that because that's going to be a whole nother vlog for you guys. You guys will definitely be able to see that. I hope that I'm just motivating somebody out there that may be going through something like this. But just know that if you stay obedient and open, be open to listening, God can show you some things. He can show you some things and he can get you through anything. So I wanted to make sure that I made this video before this month was out. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video. I so would appreciate it. I love you guys. I'm so overwhelmed each and every time with the support that you guys show me. You guys are flipping amazing. And I love y'all so freaking much. Just know that your girl is doing good. God got me. He got his whole hand on me. And we about to be on this road to remission. And once that happens, oh, we doing a whole party. A whole party is going down for this celebration, okay? Because this is definitely something that needs to be celebrated. So I love y'all. I hope you guys, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Like, I'm very open about like super transparent about everything, whether it's relationship wise, cancer wise, like diagnosis, symptoms, like whatever the case may be. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay, I love y'all.